Hey everybody, it's Jonathan and welcome to Master the Trading Live. I get on here every day the market's open, 11 o'clock Eastern time to share my thoughts. Once in a while, we'll share our trade of the day. Today, guys, I'm gonna go over the 5 charts. We've been talking about the 5 charts to watch to see when the market's gonna turn. Well, these 5 charts are moving. Over the weekend, the US, Israel attacked Iran. Looks like, God forbid, World War III. Lots of things are moving, but let's go over the 5 charts because even when volatility spikes, like it is right now, long-term portfolios are going to have a tough time. But I think Jim Cramer said this, there's always a bull market somewhere and we're going to find it for you, because that's exactly what's going on. Because what's happening? Energy is spiking. Gold is spiking. So yeah, some companies are getting killed. Overall, maybe the Dow is down, but I want to go over pockets of the market because there's really, really cool trades in here. So I got the chat open, guys. Thank you all for joining. We always start a little bit early. Get on here, say hello to everybody in the chat. So here's what we're going to be talking about. Here's my all access room from this morning. I posted this. Front end of the yield curve is right here. I'm going to pull that up. This is the yen. The yen is going down. Hey guys, it makes me think that we're going to rally. Right when everyone thinks that the world's falling apart, right? Like Chicken Little. Oh no, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Well, watch your VVIX. Any weakness and we rip higher. So what I was showing them, one, the front end of the yield curve. The front end of the yield curve has been flat as a pancake. It's been going down like this. And throughout the last 2 weeks, I said, we need to watch this. The market is not going to rally until this turns. Well, today, this turned. So one thing out of the way for the overall market to rally. So that's one of the 5 charts, right? We need the front end of the yield curve. Fine. What else is going on? Well, let's look at the yen, /6J. When the yen trades lower, the carry trades on. Very little to borrow money in yen. You can go and buy in the US. Don't go do that. But that's why you follow the yen. When the yen goes lower, US markets trade higher, or it's a lot easier for US markets to trade higher. So that's why I shared this morning in the Discord, guys, we have 2 of our 5 charts making a big turn. Let's keep looking. The other chart, and I shared this on Friday. What's this chart, guys? It's not PSX. This chart is the crack spread. I shared this trade with you guys on Friday. What did I say if you go back and watch Friday? Guys, the crack spread is ripping higher, right? Who was able to take advantage of the crack spread? The crack spread, it's a formula. I built this. It's called the 3-2-1 crack spread. And what this is, it's literally the profit margin for oil refiners. When the crack spread trades higher, oil refiners trade higher. Look, these are our oil refiners. DK 7%, PBF 6, Dyno, all of them are really, really strong. These will continue to stay strong as long as the crack spread continues trading higher. Why is the crack spread trading higher? The Strait of Hormuz, probably not saying that correctly, off of Iran, they're closing. That is making natural gas spike, oil spike. The crack spread is spiking as well. Whenever that happens, guys, we want to get long refiners. Let's look at the VVIX. Remember, in order for the market to rally, we need the VVIX to sell off. What is she doing? 30 days, 15-minute chart. Spike to start the day. Probably not a bad reason to spike, considering we're looking at potential world war. Well, still at 114. So the yield curve, that's turned, right? That's turned. The yen straight offered 2 out of 5. The crack spread, I don't know if it really is correlated to the overall market. That's really showing us when we can trade refiners and when we can't trade refiners. But the QQQ, the NASDAQ, in order for the NASDAQ to have some follow through in this environment, in my very, very strong opinion, we need VVIX to sell off. So here's what I think the game plan is. Let's put this on a weekly. Always look at your weekly highs and your weekly lows. The low of this week is 597. Now, last week we rallied a little bit to 616. We need the VVIX to come lower in order for this market to trade higher. That's it. I feel like this market wants to trade higher. The only thing that's not letting this market trade higher right now, in my strong opinion, is this VVIX. So those watching the market throughout the day, let's head over to our VIX term structure. And here's what we want to watch. Watch the different VIXs. You see these? All 21, 22, 9 days, near 23 days, 30 days, 37 days. So all of this, there's quite a bit of uncertainty out in the next 30 to 60 days. And there should be, until things settle down with Iran, Israel, US, the surrounding bases, the market's going to have a tough time rallying. But I feel like the market really does want to rally. So that's what I'm watching for, guys. I feel like the market wants to rally. I feel like the front end of the yield curve is giving it permission to rally. I feel like the yen is saying, yeah, rally, we're on board too. But what we really need is geopolitical risk to calm down. That's what we need to see. What can we do while we're waiting for things to calm down? I love the energy complex. I like the refiners. I like oil stocks. I like metals. I like staying where things are real. Okay? That's what I'm looking at overall. Why don't we open up now for some questions, guys? It's Monday. I want to get on here, and I want to stay on here a little bit longer than I have in the past. Usually I just go through a presentation, but now we're going to make it a habit of staying on and trying to get through a few of your questions to start the week. So what do we got, guys? What are we looking at? What are the main things that we're looking at? In our community, we are taking profits in AR this morning, and we are patiently holding some of our other oil holdings. Let's check out gold. Here's what I do, guys. Whenever I'm looking at metals, I don't look at anything on its own. So what I'm always thinking about is I'm looking at gold relative to silver, relative to platinum, relative to copper. And I look at them all one against, bye, baby, have a safe flight. My lovely wife is flying out. Safe travels, love. Gold and silver, just absolutely wild. I do love copper. Copper's way down here. I love longs in copper. Good question on Katos. So we look at two different companies. We have Katos that we've been a long-term fan of. And what's the other one? Karman, right? So whenever we look at Katos, a drone company, we're also going to look at Karman. Harman's also a drone company, and the two of them are very, very correlated. Really, really cool trades. So let me show you what I'm doing. So these two companies, Harman and Katos. Harman, a newer issue, February 13th. So let me go 2 years. Let me go 1 year. This is what they look like against one another. Now, the trade that I've been doing that I think is just the play with these guys is this. We have a live portfolio. And in our live portfolio, we are long Katos. We are long Katos from 90. Katos is at 90 right now. But what we did is we were long Carmen, which is the blue. We sold Carmen to buy Katos. I personally like Katos better at these levels, but you can trade these two against one another. If I put it on a shorter term chart, they are very, very correlated. So even right now, Carmen has outperformed Katos in these last little bits. So I'd rather be long Carmen right now than Katos. The first thing I'll do whenever I'm looking at a new name is I bring up our VOLVIZ, which just shows me the expected move. The expected move is how market makers price options. So let's go Katos. Close to its expected move, the lower side, 76. And if we go Carmen, Carmen closed outside of its expected move last month. GLW. What's this, Corning? I like Corning. Looks good. What we do here too, probably get on prints. Like for instance, if I owned 2,000 shares of GLW, I would sell 500 shares because we're right by the expected move, thinking that we're going to get some pullback and I might be 120 bid to buy those back. Not a trade recommendation, just saying how I would trade GLW. I think, though, the best trades right now, oil refiners. I think this is a list of a whole bunch of oil refiners. Not PBF. I would take off PBF. It's not as correlated, but these guys here, PSX, I love, 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 love. Why do I like the refiner so much, guys? As I showed you, that crack spread is absolutely the yellow line ripping higher. When that rips higher, you absolutely want to be long refiners. Okay. Katos is doing a private placement at $84. Kev, really? Why? It's trading 89. Interesting. All right. All right, my friends, I think that's what I got. What I always do now is I break off. We have our all access community. Our all access community, guys, that's where our Discord is. I always open up our Discord, talk to the traders, and see how I could help. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time.